Hey everybody, I'm Gala, and today we're going into something most people feel but rarely understand. The real reason many women are drawn to the guy who walks away. It's subtle, it's frustrating, and once you see it clearly, things shift. So stick with me, this next 18 minutes are worth it. Imagine this, you're doing everything right. You're there, you're supportive, you're open, you show your love, and yet, she slowly drifts. Then when you start to back off or walk away, suddenly she's drawn in like a magnet. Why? What changed? Today I'm going to show you the hidden psychology behind that shift, the one no one likes to talk about. I've seen this pattern play out hundreds of times. Good men, confused men, wondering why their dedication seems to push women away while their detachment pulls them closer. It feels backwards. It feels unfair. But there's a logic to it. A deep psychological logic that once you understand, you can navigate with integrity and strength. Part 1. The role of value and mystery. Let's start at the foundation. Value and mystery. For many women, attraction isn't just about kindness or availability. It's about perceived value and unpredictability. When a man is fully emotionally available, predictable, and always there, what happens? He can appear less challenging, less valuable. Because from the subconscious mind's perspective, high value often equals challenge or mystery. Think about it this way. Anything that's always available, always accessible, loses a degree of specialness. It's human nature. We tend to value things more when they're scarce, when they require effort, when they're not guaranteed. This isn't about being manipulative. It's about understanding fundamental human psychology. And when a man starts to step away, set a boundary, show he has other options, that's when he often gains value in her eyes. The walking away moment triggers a signal. Maybe I'm not the only one. Maybe I can lose him. That shift sparks attraction. The key here is that value isn't inherent, it's perceived. Two identical men can be treated completely differently based solely on how they present themselves and how available they make themselves. The man who guards his time, his energy, his presence, he's automatically perceived as having higher value because he's demonstrating through his actions that he values himself. Stay tuned, because I'll show you the exact emotional switch that flips inside her when you start stepping away. Part 2. Why walking away activates the subconscious chase. Now let's talk about that chase dynamic. It's not some gimmick, it's wired. When you pull back, you create space, and that space allows desire to breathe. When you vanish, even a little, you introduce absence, uncertainty. Humans, including women, often feel more desire when something is not guaranteed. In romantic dynamics, the walk-away act sends this message: I have autonomy. I have a life beyond you. That autonomy is deeply attractive. It counters neediness. It says, I choose you, not because I'm desperate, but because I want you. There's a biological component here too. Our brains are wired to pursue what's moving away and take for granted what's always present. It's a survival mechanism that kept our ancestors motivated to hunt, to explore, to strive. In the context of relationships, this same mechanism activates when someone becomes less available. So, the man who walks away is often viewed, subconsciously, as someone with higher worth, someone who didn't need to win her approval. He already had his own world. That status is magnetic. When you're constantly chasing, constantly available, constantly trying to win her over, you're essentially advertising low value. You're saying, I need this more than you do. But when you step back, when you reclaim your autonomy, when you demonstrate that you're fine either way, suddenly the dynamic shifts. Now she's wondering where you went. Now she's thinking about you. Now she's feeling that pull. Coming up, I'll show you 3 behaviors you can start doing that mimic this value without being cold or distant. Stay with me. Part 3. The female mindset. What's going on inside her? Let's flip the lens and look at what's happening inside the female mindset. Women often subconsciously seek 3 things in a partner: security plus challenge plus mystery. Security gives comfort. Challenge gives excitement. Mystery gives intrigue. When a man is too comfortable, too available, continuously predictable, the challenge or mystery factor drops. She may start losing interest, not because she doesn't care, but because the raw energy of attraction fades. This isn't a conscious decision on her part. She's not sitting there thinking, he's too available, so I'll lose interest now. It happens beneath the surface of awareness. The emotional charge that comes with uncertainty, with the thrill of pursuit, with wondering, does he really want me? Will he stay? What is he thinking? That charge dissipates when everything becomes too predictable. On the other hand, when a man walks away or distances briefly, he triggers a mismatch in her brain. Wait, is he really gone? Do I have him? What is this value? That mismatch spikes interest. Also, emotionally, absence can increase longing. Psychology calls that reactance. When something becomes less available, its value automatically goes up. Think, you can't have this. Now I want it. It's the same reason forbidden fruit tastes sweeter. The same reason we want what we can't have. There's also an element of competition at play. When a man demonstrates he has options, when he shows he's not entirely dependent on her attention and approval, it triggers a competitive instinct. She starts to see him as a prize worth winning, rather than a guaranteed presence she can take for granted. I'm going to uncover the #1 mistake most men make when they realize this dynamic, and how you can avoid it. Part 4. The Pitfall. Avoiding the cold disappear trap. Important caveat. Walking away isn't about ghosting. It's not about becoming emotionally unavailable or playing games for the sake of games. That often backfires right away. The trap many men fall into. They step away out of frustration, resentment, or silence, and they stop being emotionally present altogether. That isn't attraction building. That's disengagement. The key is purposeful boundary, not complete withdrawal. I've seen guys learn about this dynamic and immediately go to the extreme. They ghost women they're dating. They become cold. They withdraw all affection and warmth. And then they wonder why it doesn't work. Here's why. Because it's not authentic. It's reactive. It's coming from a place of hurt or manipulation rather than genuine self-respect. When you do it right, you retain emotional integrity, you keep your values, you hold your life, you communicate, if needed, with respect. You're simply not always at her beck and call. That creates frame, and women respect frame. The difference is night and day. One approach says, I'm hurt and punishing you. The other says, I respect myself and have a full life. One is manipulation. The other is authenticity. One pushes women away permanently. The other creates healthy attraction. Keep watching, because next I'll walk through 5 specific signals women interpret as he could walk away, and you want her thinking that in a positive way. Part 5. 5 signals that say, I could walk away, in a good way. Here are 5 behaviors you can embody that send the signal, I'm high value. I have options. I respect myself, and I'm choosing you. 1. You do your own thing. You have hobbies, friends, goals, life beyond her. This is foundational. If your entire world revolves around her, you've already lost. Have passions. Pursue them. Let her see that you're a complete person with or without her. 2. You keep your boundaries. You don't bend to every demand. You say no occasionally. Boundaries aren't walls, they're guidelines for how you expect to be treated. When you enforce them consistently, you demonstrate self-respect, and that's inherently attractive. 3. You don't instantly reply to every message. Not to play games, but because you're living. You're engaged in your life. You're not sitting around waiting for her text. When you do respond, you're present and engaged, but you're not her on-demand emotional service. 4. You stay calm under emotional waves. If she tests you, you don't panic. You hold your ground. Women will test boundaries. It's part of how they assess your strength and stability. The man who remains centered, who doesn't get rattled, who maintains his composure, that's the man who passes the test. 5. You show up with purpose. When you are present, you are truly present. Quality over quantity. This is crucial. It's not about being absent all the time. It's about making your presence meaningful. When you're with her, be with her fully. But don't be with her all the time. These aren't manipulative moves. They're self-respect moves. And when the could-walk-away energy exists, interest is often the result. Next, we'll talk about one of the darkest triggers of all. What happens if you become too available and lose value? Yes, we're getting into some dark psychology now. Part 6. Going too available. The attraction killer. This is where many good men go wrong without realizing it. They show unwavering availability. They become predictable, safe. And while that sounds good on paper, the human brain often labels too safe, too predictable as boring. This ties into that earlier mention of value being linked to challenge. When you're always there with no risk of loss, the subconscious says, "I have you," and interest fades. I want to be clear here. I'm not saying be unreliable. I'm not saying be flaky or inconsistent. I'm saying don't make yourself so available that there's no space for her to miss you, no room for her to wonder about you, no opportunity for desire to build. Also, if you never step away, she never feels the absence. Without absence, desire often diminishes. The thrill is gone. The adrenaline spike is gone. Think about your favorite song. If you played it on repeat 24 hours a day for a week straight, would you still love it? Or would it start to grate on you? The same principle applies to relationships. Presence needs absence to maintain its power. Familiarity needs mystery to maintain its allure. Again, not manipulation, simply balance. Be present, but don't lose yourself. Coming up, we'll discuss how to reset your energy if you find yourself in the too available zone. How to bring back value the healthy way. Part 7. Resetting your energy. Regaining attraction. If you recognize you've been too available, here's how to reset. Step back a little, not forever. Create some space. Not punitive space, not angry space, just space. Let her breathe. Let yourself breathe. Focus on your goals, your world. Reconnect with what makes you, you. What did you love before this relationship? What dreams have you put on hold? Reignite them. Re-establish boundaries. Where have you been saying yes when you meant no? Where have you been accommodating at your own expense? Start drawing lines. Let her see that your life continues whether she's in it today or not. This is powerful, not as a threat, not as leverage, but as simple truth. You were complete before her. You'll be complete after her if it comes to that. Reintroduce mystery. A little less explanation, a little more action. Stop narrating your every move. Stop seeking approval for every decision. Just live. Let her wonder occasionally what you're doing. You're aligning your inner value with your outer expressions. Attraction responds to alignment. And remember, the goal isn't to make her chase you or trick her. The goal is to be the kind of man who naturally has the kind of energy that draws respect, interest, and yes, attraction. In just a moment, we'll wrap up with the ultimate mindset shift that makes all of this sustainable. Because if you don't change your self-view, the cycle will just repeat. Part 8. The ultimate mindset shift. Respecting yourself first. Here it is. The most important shift you can make is you respect yourself first. If you respect yourself, you'll act from that energy. You won't beg. You won't chase. You'll choose. And when you choose from strength, you attract differently. Women sense when a man values himself. They sense when a man might leave. When you have a clear boundary, clear path, clear life, she doesn't feel you need her to validate you. That doesn't make a relationship impossible. It makes it stronger. Self-respect is the foundation everything else is built on. Without it, all the techniques and strategies in the world won't help. With it, you barely need techniques because your energy does the work. So ask yourself, do I base my worth on her attention or on my own actions? Do I have a life that I'm proud of independent of this relationship? Because when you do, the dynamic completely changes. This is about becoming the kind of man who women naturally chase, not because you're playing games, but because you're genuinely valuable. You're genuinely going somewhere. You're genuinely living a life worth being part of. Final section coming. How to communicate this right. What to do and what to avoid. Stick around. Part 9. How to communicate this. Do's and don'ts. Do's. Share your life with her. Don't give up your life for her. Invitation, not submission. She joins your journey. You don't abandon your journey for her. Be clear and respectful if you need space or boundaries. Communication isn't weak. Clarity is kind. Let her know where you stand without drama or hostility. Show genuine care, but make sure you're not over-investing before you're sure. Match investment levels. Don't be more invested in her than she is in you, especially early on. Be consistent. Value isn't about randomness, it's about alignment. Be the same person on Tuesday that you were on Saturday. Integrity attracts. Don'ts. Don't disappear completely and vanish for days. That's not strong. That's neglect. There's a difference between having a life and being absent. Learn it. Don't act emotionally volatile when you feel ignored. That says, I need you. Stay centered. Stay grounded. Don't let her moods dictate yours. Don't expect her to change for you. You change your energy. You change yourself. She responds. You can only control you. Focus there. Part 10. Final thoughts and summary. So, let's recap. Attraction is not just about being nice. It's about value plus mystery plus boundary. Kindness matters, but it's not enough on its own. The man who walks away, or could walk away, sends a signal of autonomy and worth. He's not desperate. He's not needy. He's choosing, not begging. Women's mindset. They crave challenge, security, and mystery, not simply a warm body. All three elements matter. Too much of one at the expense of the others creates imbalance. Over-availability kills attraction. Balance presence with independence. Be there, but don't be everywhere all the time. The ultimate anchor is self-respect. Without it, the rest falls apart. With it, everything else follows naturally. If you internalize this and live it authentically, not game playing but genuine alignment, you shift your dynamic completely. This isn't about manipulation. It's about understanding human nature and working with it rather than against it. It's about becoming the kind of man who naturally commands respect and attraction because he respects himself first. And that's it. If you found value in this video, please hit that like button, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you don't miss future deep dives. Want more truth? We've got more videos right here on this channel, exploring mindset, attraction, dark psychology, self-mastery. Go ahead and check those out. Thanks for spending this time with me. I'll see you in the next one.